Hi everybody, Erin here. We're going to try to make rainbow pudding today. So I have my measuring cup, we have milk, I have a mixing bowl. Okay, so I'm going to start with vanilla pudding. It's just instant basic pudding. Open box, out. Pour. Uh-oh. Open. Shake. Open pudding. In the bowl. Pour the pudding. Pour the pudding. Pour the pudding. Pour it in the bowl and stop. Make sure it gets all out empty. We need 2 cups. So we're going to measure 2 cups. Milk. Open milk. Pour the milk. Pour the milk. Pour the milk. Pour it in the measuring cup. Close milk. Ready? Milk in bowl. Pour the milk. Pour the milk. Pour the milk. Pour it in the bowl and stop. So we have a whisk, or if you have a mixing spoon, whatever works for you. Mix the pudding. Mix the pudding. Mix the pudding. Mix it in the bowl and stop. Mix the pudding. Mix the pudding. Mix the pudding. Mix it in the bowl and stop. So while it's kind of still liquidy, I'm going to pour it into a couple other bowls and add some color. Okay. Put that over there. We don't need that. So I try to get some clear things so you guys can see it. So I'm going to pour it into our other cups. Pour the pudding. Pour the pudding. Pour the pudding. Pour it in the bowl and stop. So I'm going to try to do 3 colors today. So we're going to use 1, 2, and then we'll add into this one as well. Okay, so we're just basically using some food coloring. Figure we'll do the vanilla pudding. It's easier to tint. So let's try blue. I'm not sure if the yellow pudding and the blue is going to tint to green, but we're going to just have a little experiment today. So we're going to open, squeeze the pudding, squeeze the food coloring in the pudding. Squeeze the food coloring, squeeze it in the pudding and stop. So we have that. So I'm going to take the spoon and we're going to mix the pudding. Mix the pudding. So you can see it's changing color a little bit. Mix the pudding. Mix and stop. It did turn a little green. Mix. Yep. So that's kind of green. So we're going to stay with that. Mix. So you can see it changed from a yellow to a green. Had a feeling that was going to happen with the blue. Let's see what kind of things come out with our red. So we have our pudding. We have the red food dye. Open. Squeeze the food dye. Squeeze the food dye. Okay, put 4 drops. Let's see how that goes. I'm gonna guess it may turn orange. Let's see what happens. Mix, mix, mix the pudding. Mix, mix, mix the pudding. Mix, mix, mix the pudding. Mix it in the bowl and stop. Looks a little pink. Hey, well, we're going to have a little rainbow today. Mix, 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 and stop. Maybe a little pinky orange, I don't know. Like I said, we're just having a little experiment today. So I'm going to try the green food coloring and add it into this bowl. Maybe yellow. What do you think? Maybe I'll add a little green. And maybe we'll do yellow. Let's do yellow. Okay, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the food coloring. Mix, mix, mix the food coloring. Mix, mix, mix the food coloring. Mix, 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 and stop. Get it a little bit more because I think it looks a little nice. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Mix, mix, mix the pudding. Mix, mix, mix the pudding. Mix, mix, mix the pudding. Mix it in the bowl and stop. So now we have our 3 colors. It just made it more vibrant yellow, I think, brighter. So if you just have any kind of clear cup, clear plastic, clear glass, and we're just going to scoop it in. So let's see, let's start with our green. Scoop, scoop, scoop the green. Scoop, scoop, scoop the green. Scoop, scoop, scoop the green. Scoop it in the glass and stop. Okay, so there's our green. Let's add red, pink. I'm not sure. Let's call it pink. Put it in. Scoop, scoop, scoop the pudding. Scoop, scoop, scoop the pudding. Scoop, scoop, scoop the pudding. Scoop it in the glass and stop. Scoop, scoop, scoop the pudding. Scoop, scoop, scoop the pudding. Scoop, scoop, scoop the pudding. Scoop, 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 and stop. Okay, let's add our yellow. We're coming along pretty nicely, right? Here we go. I'm going to take a little napkin just to clean off the inside so we can get the yellow in there really nicely. Clean. Just so you guys can see it a little bit better. Okay, here we are. So I'm going to scoop the yellow. Scoop, scoop, scoop the yellow. Scoop, scoop, scoop the yellow. Scoop, scoop, scoop the yellow. Scoop it in the glass and stop. Get a little bit more in there. There we go. You don't have to fill a giant glass like I am. You can do a small glass, but I figure I would just show everybody what it looks like. So there we go. I'll clean up my mess a little bit. Here we go. Wipe, wipe, wipe the glass. Wipe, wipe, wipe the glass. Here we are. Wipe my table a little bit. Okay, here we are. So you can see we just took basic vanilla pudding and we added the blue food coloring, which made green, which we kind of figured was going to happen, right? I added red, it made it like a pink, and then we added the yellow to make it more of a vibrant yellow, so we can have our rainbow pudding. So anybody who wants to, any of you little ones who want to lick the spoon, that's fine. When I kiss it, you can kiss it. If they want to eat it, they can eat it. Like I said, for you guys, you can do a small plastic cup or anything clear that you can see. Just figured I would do the giant cup so everybody could see what we made with our rainbow pudding. Bye, guys.